Hey guys, this is Crispy Sonic, and today I want to tell you about a ship that most people think is really horrible, and say it's the worst ship in the game. So the War Raider Mark II / Viper Mark III. I personally, I own almost all the ships in the game, so except for like the carrier, gunner, stuff like that, but I only don't have 4 ships. I'm going for the stealth, but anyway. This ship is personally, or in my opinion, it's pretty good. I like to use it a lot. I think it's probably one of the coolest looking ships in the game. Especially the War Raider Mark II. I love how it looks. And I don't know, it just makes me want to use it so much more. But anyway, the ship itself is kind of a mix between the Mark VII and the Mark II. People say a mix is not as good, you know, the mix isn't as good as either one, so you can have the like Viper Mark II with a ton of avoidance, and then you can have the Mark VII with tons of weapon damage with good avoidance. But if you think about it, if you take the good parts, this ship has at least some little part that's better than each one. So the Mark II has more avoidance, but this has more hull. And it only has slightly more avoidance, you know, like 30, because it doesn't have one more engine. But it has another hull and hull point, so that kind of gives it that advantage. And like I say, if you know how to use the things that are good on the ship, like, okay, so people, yeah, like they say this is worse, but if you know how to use the things that are better on it than, like, say the Mark II, if you know how to use your hull right, you can use it good, like it can be extremely effective. So if you know how to use it right, I use it like this. I use 3DC. It's kind of fun because if you're about to die, you can heal almost all the way up. And then 2 power cells. If you know how to use that right, that can heal, and you still have great avoidance. So, and with good power, with like the fangs I put on. And so in my mind, this is a pretty good strategy. I used it a lot on on my Mark III and you know this. But yeah, and then the Mark VII has basically everything pretty much better, except for this. If you think about it, less avoidance, 30 more. You have, just like this has less than the Mark II. The Mark VII has worse than this, and yeah, so this can have like 30 more avoidance than that. So that can kind of help. It can counter one of the I think maybe like the comp and maybe the weapon. But another cool thing is if you set it up right, it can be used even better. So the War Raider, the normal advanced War Raider burns a lot more power than this thing by a whole lot. So if you use the fangs and the power restores with the DC to use your power, you can have good weapon damage, keeping your power up, and good healing with good avoidance. So I think it's a pretty good mix. And in my opinion, this ship is pretty good. People always say, oh, it's like absolutely worthless. It's the worst ship in the game. You never use it. But anyone who's wondering if they should use it, I recommend it. And I'm probably going to be the only one who's saying that, but I really like it. It fits my playstyle. Yeah, I really use it a lot. And I just think that it's a pretty good ship, and anyone should give it a try. And I just love how it looks. It's just so cool looking. But anyway, a good mix of everything. If you know how to use the specific parts it's better at right, it can be used just as good in my mind. And I know people in the comments are going to probably tell me different, but this is what I believe. And I've used it, I experienced it, I think it's a good ship. And anyone wondering if they should use it, I recommend trying it. And if it fits your playstyle, then it's the ship for you. And thanks for watching, and tell me if I should do more of these kind of videos. You know, if you're ever wondering about a ship or anything, but this is my opinion on the War Raider Mark II and Viper Mark III. Thanks for watching.